watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us on DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall. Annalisa has the night off. It's a DMV First Warn Day as heavy rain makes its way into our region from Debbie. This video taken in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia, already showing the tide moving, causing flooding concerns. Benches covered, sidewalks taken over by water. We have team coverage across the DMV. DC News Now's Randy Bass has been monitoring the latest in Northern Virginia, but we first head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with a check on the forecast. And Damon, you said that it was coming and it's on its way.
Yeah, Mark, at this point, we're just bracing now for the impacts that Debbie is going to bring to us the rest of today, tonight, and then going into the day on Friday as well. Some of those impacts, of course, already being felt across the region, like you just heard there in Alexandria. We've had waves of tropical rainfall crossing the DMV throughout the day. This activity is now ramping up a little bit in intensity as we go into the evening time. Here is a loop on the radar showing that just within the last half an hour, just like that, we've had pockets of heavier rainfall developing in parts of Montgomery County, just to the north of Silver Spring here, across portions of Fairfax County, the district, and then we still have some heavier rain as well, all the way over toward Loudoun County. So everybody is going to continue to see this on and off tropical rainfall here as we go over the next several hours, because here is Debbie still spinning away down over the Carolinas, but the leading edge of the much heavier rainfall produced by this tropical cyclone, it's showing up in parts of Virginia, and then here in the red on the eastern side of this tropical system, that is a tornado watch that extends up into the Richmond area, and that's another threat that we are going to have to watch out for as we move into this evening and into the night tonight. There is going to be the possibility of some spin-up tornadoes as well. So we have a lot to pay attention to. Of course, the heaviest rainfall that moves in tonight, that will be one of the primary concerns. A flood watch remains in place across many of our western locations here, stretching all the way east now into Montgomery and Fairfax counties. No, the district is not included in this flood watch, but heavy rainfall and flash flooding will still be a possibility nonetheless. And then for our coastal locations, that coastal flooding, it's going to become a concern as the tide rises later on tonight around midnight and coincides with the storm moving in later on tonight. So we'll talk more about these potential impacts that are on the way, including just how much rain we could end up seeing by the time we get into the day on Friday. We'll have all of that coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damien, thank you. High tide along the Potomac River near Old Town Alexandria sent water rising into the streets there today, and that's where we find DC News Now's Randy Bass tracking the conditions on the ground. And Randy, no surprises. Folks there are used to this.
Yeah, the tide is out for now, but businesses here are still preparing for Debbie this afternoon. Check it out. Starbucks brought out the big guns today, bringing in these industrial-sized 60-pound sandbags, trying to keep the water out. Business owners we talked to here in Old Town today say the constant flooding is just the cost of doing business here.
Flooding in Old Town comes and goes with the tides. Businesses here preparing for even higher water levels expected overnight. Maybe leave a couple extra by the door. Sandbags lining the edges of these older stone and brick buildings to keep the water out. It's certainly not Old Town's first bout with big storms.
Well, our water had come up to here the last time we had our major storm.
Valerie Ioneri runs the Old Town shop on Union Street, adding reinforcements to her storefront to keep floodwaters out.
When we moved in, created these custom gates, and they fit straight in here. There's rubber gaskets on either side, so they fit in so that it has a waterproof seal.
But it's not just water from outside that's the problem.
The water seeps up through our floorboards, and it's not uncommon for us to have little mini geysers in the flooring. And so no matter how well you protect the outside, this is an old building.
And this time around, she's keeping her fingers crossed the floods don't do major damage.
We just stay close to the weather forecast and trust our weathermen and go with the flow, literally and figuratively.
Yes, going with the flow. That's what we've heard from multiple business owners here who are used to this at this point. As for right now, current conditions on the ground here in Old Town, a little bit of drizzle, sprinkle here and there. Earlier today, we did see some of those heavier bands of rain move through the area when we saw that flooding first move in. That next round of flooding, that next high tide is expected overnight between about 11 o'clock tonight and midnight. In Alexandria, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. With Debbie approaching, D.C.'s Department of Human Services extending their day center hours starting Friday through Sunday. 801 East Men's Shelter will be open from 9:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. And Downtown Day Service Center opens Friday at 9 a.m. and to 7 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Prince George's County preparing for flooding by giving out free sandbags. DC News Now's Tiger Munn spoke to people picking them up across the county.
Residents of Prince George's County are gearing up for the remnants of Debbie as they pick up free sandbags from the Department of Public Works.
Well, I've been in my house for some time, and I've only seen water standing in the backyard. So, to be on the safe side, I get my bag so the water don't run down my back stairwell.
Sandbags for prevention. Don't want the water to come in the house for water damage. Just at the basement door. Just putting them at the basement door.
Lines of cars were waiting at DPW facilities in Brandywine, Beltsville, and Forestville for the sandbags. So many people showed up that they needed to put a pause on the giveaways.
We started out with about 10,000 sandbags. The interest was so great, the people came in and got them and depleted our supply. So what we're doing is we're working to level set. Some areas ran out faster than others, and so we're bringing more sandbags to the DRC site because we saw that that was the largest interest where people came in to pick up.
The department says they will do their best to meet demands while also working on flood safety across the county.
We'll have folks go out there doing monitoring, but as far as the bagging system, we'll have people running 12-hour shifts to replenish that.
And residents are also pleased with the accommodations.
Love it, love it. People come on out. If you need it, you have it. If you don't need it, save it.
The department is planning on holding the sandbag program through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., but they also say that could be changed due to weather. Reporting in Forestville, I'm Tiger Munn, DC News Now.
Tiger, thank you. As Debbie expected to dump several inches of rain across Virginia, many Virginians may be wondering what to do if their home or car is damaged from the storm. Well, AAA Mid-Atlantic says that after you make sure that you and your family are safe, the first thing you should do is take pictures for your insurance company. And if a tree falls on your home, it will be covered by your homeowner's insurance policy, even if the tree came from a neighbor's yard. And if your car's damaged, it depends on the type of coverage you have.
If you are in the basement of your home and water is seeping up through the ground because we've been inundated by all the rain from this tropical system, that's flooding into your home. That damage would be covered under a separate flood policy. But if you don't have a flood policy, your homeowner's just not going to cover that.
AAA says to look over your current insurance policies in preparation for the upcoming weather. And when you're not on, and when we're not on air, you can track all of Debbie updates by scanning the QR code on your screen or just head to our website, dcnewsnow.com/weather. Developing now, 15 people displaced after an apartment fire in Montgomery County. It happened this morning in Lockwood Drive in Silver Spring. The fire started on the first floor. One firefighter was injured, and officials ruled the fire an accident. Now, this comes on the same day that the county signed an attendant fire safety bill into law. And DC News Now's Christian Pena will have much more coming up a little bit later. A Hagerstown man is charged with threats of mass violence and 2 counts of arson. 20-year-old Michael Hafer threatened to blow up and burn down the Motel 6 where he was staying, telling other guests that he was making pipe bombs. The Washington County Sheriff's Office responded at 7:30 this morning on Massey Boulevard, and they secured search warrants for Hafer's storage unit. They say that they did not have any explosive materials were found. Well, D.C. Circulator workers rallied today to save the bus service. It comes after DDOT announced that it would be phasing out the service beginning in October. DDOT said that the shutdown is part of the district's budget. The closure not only impacts riders who use the bus, but the nearly 30 workers who will be out of a job.
So we are trying to understand now, why are we being cut? Now, we had just learned in October that we had a new 5-year contract. That was 6 months ago.
The Circulator will end entirely on December 31st. Well, hundreds of people filled Alexandria City High School this afternoon to cheer on alum Noah Lyles as he competed in the 200-meter final. The crowd was buzzing as the Alexandria native looked to capture his second gold medal in Paris. Lyles won the 100-meter finals earlier, and people were on edge as the gun sounded to start the race, and it was another close one, and Lyles finished in third, taking home the bronze medal. He did it despite being diagnosed with COVID 2 days ago. According to his mother today, the story was all about hometown excitement.
Well, whenever you finish top 3 in the world, it's an amazing accomplishment. So, the whole Alexandria, Virginia community should be proud of him.
I love Noah to death. He was a great student, and if he gets a gold, silver, bronze, or anything beneath that, it's fine by me. He's an awesome person.
And we certainly wish him the best in his recovery. And as you heard there, friends, family, and fans are extremely proud of him for all that he's accomplished at this year's games.